Greetings to the viewers and listeners of Lecture 6 under the lecture series on the YouTube channel Vedic Big Bang by Shiv R. Pal. The title of Lecture 6 is The Velocity of Light in Ancient Vedic Literature. Introduction. In Lecture 4, this author presented the physics aspect of the phenomenon of morning twilight in the ancient book of Rigveda. The Rigveda mantra 1/123/8 from a group of 26 mantras on morning twilight was analyzed. This mantra cited a hard number, that the swath of the morning twilight illuminates the earth's surface before sunrise up to 30 yojan or 390 kilometers west of the sunrise point. This author had emphasized that a physics experiment or a measurement to determine this dynamic swath of light illumination moving westward at a speed of about 463 meters per second, which is higher than the speed of a supersonic jet, is difficult to perform even in this day and age of science advancement. The fact is that the Vedic experiment was carried out well beyond 5 millennia ago. The Vedic number yielded the accurate tropospheric height, same as derived in modern times. In Lecture 5, Part 2, ancient King Manu's table on time division was presented, with the smallest Vedic time unit being Nimesh. This author established a relationship between a Nimesh and the Western time unit of second. 1 Nimesh equals 0.17778 seconds. It was emphasized that the practical unit of Nimesh, blink of a human eye, obviously was a result of rigorous experimentation in physics by the ancient rishis. Now the speed of light in Vedic writings. For this lecture 6, the book of Taiteeriya Brahmana, a commentary book on YajurVeda, provides two mind-boggling hard numbers, the distance and time, yielding the speed of light. Yes, the speed of light was measured by the Vedic rishis, sages, millennia upon millennia ago with reasonable accuracy. This mind-boggling mystery in black and white is in the Shloka Couplet composed by Acharya Sayan in the 14th century CE, sometime before 1387 CE when he died. Acharya Sayan, the scholarly prime minister of the King Bukkaraya of Vijayanagaram Empire of South India, was a prolific writer and interpreter of ancient Vedic literature. He composed the Shloka Couplet on the velocity of light based on the explicit statement in the ancient book of Taiteeriya Brahmana. The compilation of the book of Taiteeriya Brahmana is considered to be extremely ancient, millennia into the far antiquity of the Vedic civilization, anterior to the historical milestone on February 18, 3102 BCE, established by this author in the chapter 3 of this author's book, The Vedic Big Bang by Shiv R. Pal. Acharya Sayan's Shloka Couplet is on the study of the statement 2/8/7/51 on Dure Arthah Taranir Brajamana, which translates into the meaning of distance in sun's illumination. A related mantra in Taiteeriya Samhita 1/4/31 is under Suryo Atigraha, sun the incomprehensible object of astronomy. Surya and Tarani are two synonyms of the sun out of 20 that this author has collected from the Veda mantras. All told, Acharya Sayan's shloka is on the speed of light. The shloka by Acharya Sayan is Yojnanam Sahasre Dve Dve Shate Dve Cha Yojane Ekena Nimishardhena Kramamano Namostute, which translates into the sunlight spreads through a distance of 2202 yojan in 1/2 of a nimesh. There is no other or different translation or other meaning of Acharya Sayan's Shloka Couplet than what is presented in this sentence. The Shloka renders two hard numbers, one for distance and one for time. The fact is that the shloka is on the spreading or motion of sun's brajmana, which means illumination, at the rate of 2202 yojan in 1/2 a nimesh. Two basic deductions can be drawn from the shloka. The unrounded number 2202 yojan in 0.5 nimesh indicate that they are not a result of any guesswork. The number 2202 yojan, which is 28,626 kilometers, is large, about 2¼ times the diameter of the Earth, and 0.5 nimesh 0.09 seconds is an extremely small number. Obviously, they are the measured quantities, an outcome of an experiment. The interpretive commentary book on a Veda is known as the Brahmana. All 4 Vedas have altogether 15 Brahmanas. They all deal with differing subjects in the Veda mantras, including general science and cosmology. The Taiteeriya Brahmana is no exception when it renders 2 numbers under the meaning of distance in sun's brajamana, the illumination that lead to the speed of light. Let us now convert the Vedic units of Taiteeriya Brahmana statement into the Western units. The conversion factors are 1 yojan equals 13 kilometers, 1 nimesh equals 0.17778 seconds. Therefore, 2202 divided by 0.5 nimesh gives you in kilometer and seconds. The number is 322,042.097 kilometers per second. The round off number is 3.220 10 raised to 5 kilometers per second. The modern calculations and measurements of light speed render a value of 3.00 10 raised to 5 kilometers per second. The 3.220 10 raised to 5 kilometers per second in the Brahmana is not very different. Therefore, there is no doubt that the Taiteeriya Brahmana's estimate of 3.220 10 raised to 5 kilometers per second represents the speed of light. The time assignment of 1/2 of a nimesh, 0.09 seconds, to this measurement also suggests that accurate space and time measurement techniques with high sensitivity were at hand of the Rishi Titir, the author of Taiteeriya Brahmana, who logged the two numbers 2202 yojan and 0.5 nimesh eons ago, before the modern science was even conceived. The derived value of the speed so close to the real value, also confirms the accuracy of the conversion factor of 1 yojan to 13 kilometers. A historical note on light speed measurement. Available records and large number of references in Vedic literature, details in chapter 3 and 4 of this author's book, place the Mahabharata war at 3140 BCE when the Emperor Yudhishthira of Hastinapur, Delhi, was coronated and a new calendar named after Yudhishthira was also launched. A treasure trove of ancient historical records in this calendar is still available. Vaishampayan, the disciple of Rishi Vedvyas, presented the book of Mahabharata in poetry form to the King Janmejaya of Hastinapur, Delhi, the great-grandson of Arjun. The Taiteeriya Brahmana book decidedly is from a distant past of Mahabharata war that took place about 5,000 years ago. The big names in the Western philosophy between the 4th century BCE till the 2nd century ACE, Aristotle, Euclid, Heron of Alexandria, Ptolemy, did not know what light was. The debate on finite versus infinite speed of light continued in the West for 3 centuries after Acharya Sayan in the 14th century. Well-known European physicists of the 17th century, Kepler, Bacon, Descartes, concluded that the speed of light was infinite. Beckmann, Galileo and Hooke determined that the speed of light was finite. Bradley in 18th century finally measured 2.98 10 raised to 5 kilometers per second, very close to the real value. Romer, Huygens and Sir Isaac Newton measured the speed of light, which was about 27 to 30% lower than the actual value. Many other physicists work on this, and finally, in the 20th century, the accurate value of the speed of light was reached, which is 2.99792458 times 10 raised to 5 kilometers per second. Conclusion. The speed of light 3.220 times 10 raised to 5 kilometers per second, measured in the distant past of the Vedic civilization, just about 7% higher than the accurate value of 2.9979 10 raised to 5 kilometers per second of today, is remarkable. The Vedic rishis, sages, well beyond the historic milestone at 3140 BCE, measured the speed of an entity fastest in the universe, the light, delineates the advanced level of science practice prevalent in the Vedic civilization. Big Bang cosmologists talk about the vacuum energy catastrophe as the worst prediction in the history of physics. In the next lecture, this author will point out a matter speed catastrophe in the Big Bang. This slide gives the title of the book by this author, The Vedic Big Bang, a New Cosmology Scenario Revealed in the Ancient Veda Mantras of India by Shiv R. Pal. Thank you.